So the first fragrance on this list is really interesting because it's got a secret ingredient that supercharges its potency. And if you only looked at the note breakout in this fragrance, you really wouldn't see anything out of the ordinary. Citrus at the top, some florals in the middle, and a classic combination of musk, cedar, and tonka at the base. However, for those of you guys in the know, you know this beautiful Ordo Parisi fragrance has a very strong javanol note. And in case you don't know, javanol is a synthetic sandalwood molecule. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's rich, and most importantly, it is powerful. In fact, as I'm sure some of you chemistry nerds will point out in the comments, the javanol molecule structure lacks double bonds, which basically contributes to its stability and gives it the ability to enhance other accords, including woods, florals, and citruses. The result? A combination greater than its individual parts. Gents, the beautiful, sexy summer fragrance I'm talking about here is Bergamask, a niche fragrance that's been out for over a decade. It's a modern masterpiece that's incredibly sexy and still overlooked by 99.9% of men. Now, what about a fragrance that's easier to find? One that you're going to find in most retailers out there at a very affordable price? Well, this one right here, Azzaro Chrome, has been out for over 30 years. A lot of guys love it. I find it a bit too synthetic. No, instead of this one, look to one of its flankers. The Azzaro Chrome that I would recommend is their 2019 release, Aqua. As you can see with the note breakout here, grapefruit at the top, green apple, violet leaf, C notes, basil, vetiver, a bit of mint. This fragrance is a crowd pleaser. I feel it's a lot less synthetic than the original. And most importantly for summer, this one is perfect for hot weather. Now, what about a dumb blind reach? When you hear that in the fragrance world, what we're talking about is a fragrance that you don't have to think about. You can even gift to somebody. Basically, everybody is going to love these fragrances. Well, the first one in that category for me is going to be the classic Dior Homme Sport. Now, because we've got some frag heads out there, you guys know they originally released Dior Homme in 2008. It was re-released in 2012, 2017, and 2021. Gents, if you're not a fanatic with limited budget, I would ignore those older fragrances. Just go with the recent release. This one right here, the 2021, is absolutely beautiful. It's a clean, clear, easy to wear, citrus aromatic, woody fragrance that's incredibly versatile. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. This is so easy to wear. And sticking with the sport theme, let's go over to the House of Prada and talk about Luna Rossa Sport. And as a guy that's got all the Luna Rossas, including the Oceans, which for some reason aren't really built for summer, no, I'm going to say the original is the only one that I would say gives the sport a run for its money during the summer. But the reason I'm choosing the sport is I actually think this one's more of a beast mode. It's got a really nice vanilla note in there that makes it really smooth. This is going to be a compliment getter. High quality, day or night. This is a sexy summer fragrance you want to get your nose on. Now, if you're looking for a clean, fresh fragrance with a bit of amber, a bit of staying power, I want you to check out Light Breeze by the House of Daston. Now, as you can see by the note breakout, there's a lot going on here, but what I get mostly is the lavender, the musk, fresh, clean, versatile, and as the name describes, easy to wear like a light breeze. Now, if you're looking for something that's more of like a strong wind, especially a wind that's going through an orchard of lemon trees, well, the fragrance you want to check out is Pantheon Roma's Aria. So I wouldn't say this fragrance is the complete opposite of Light Breeze, but it's much stronger. It establishes itself right there at the top with lemon, grapefruit, and ginger notes. And in the middle, we've got the greens. We've got the mint. And at the base, we've got that solid cedar mixed in with the ambergris. And gents, if you're wondering where to get these fragrances, then go check out today's sponsor, MaxAroma. So over the last year, I've been working with MaxAroma, and they've really introduced me to tons of different niche fragrances that are unlike anything you're going to smell at box stores. Example here, we've got Sangria Oak by Precious Liquid. And in case you're not familiar with sangria, it's an alcoholic punch that originated out of Spain and Portugal. And as soon as I smelt it, it took me back to these weekends, having some great times with my friends in Central Texas. And let's face it, they're unique, they're beautiful. They help you stand out from the crowd. Now, gents, when you go over to MaxAroma, what you're going to find is not only do they have a great selection, but you can actually get samples of the fragrances before you commit to a full bottle. They've also got a wide selection of sampler sets. They've got the sets right there from tons of niche brands. And in case you're wondering, the fragrance I'm wearing today is Blend Oud's Corona. It's a little bit heavier of a fragrance. The accords here are going to be leather, woods, powder, fruit, and violet. But I have to admit, what really drew me to it was the raspberry note. Having it right there at the base, and that leather, cashmere, and vetiver just makes it really masculine. I don't know. For me, I love it. And that's what I love about fragrances, guys, is you finding something that just works for you, even if it contradicts all the rules, all the guidelines that you hear. So if you want to grab this fragrance or any of the other fragrances I'm talking about in today's video, make your way over to MaxAroma. Use the link in the description of today's video And yeah, if you're looking to just get started, check out their sample kits. Absolutely love the fact that you can try a fragrance before you commit to buying a full bottle. Now, this next house, I got a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. So I think that every fragrance the House of Chanel puts out is pretty much a masterpiece. That being said, they don't have great longevity, and it seems like even the fragrances they just put out, like Superlegra, you can't find it anymore. It's been discontinued. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm diving into the Allure line. It's been around since 1999. The original is still a fine scent. You can find this one out there. They still sell it on their website. But if you listen to any influencers out there, they're going to point you more towards the Allure Homme Sport, which is a great fragrance, or the Eau Extreme. Both of these amazing fragrances. I love the mix, the creaminess with the mint, absolutely beautiful. But for today's video, I'm going to recommend the often looked over Homme Sport Cologne. You can still find this on their website. I think you get more bang for your buck here, especially in hot weather. It's going to have more citrus. It's not going to have as much of the creamy note, but this thing is an absolute compliment monster in my opinion. And if I had to explain why, I'd have to say that this is one of the most natural smelling citruses out there. So when you put it on, you don't feel it's synthetic. You just simply like the way it smells. The ladies also pick up that tonka with a bit of pepper as well. This one right here is just an amazing fragrance. Highly recommended. Now, since we're talking about relatively pricey fragrances, we might as well go over to the house of Creed. Creed gets a lot of flack because its fragrances don't have great longevity, but they do cost an arm and a leg. And if that sounds like you, then definitely check out Erolfa. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. It's one of the most underrated citruses in their house. If I had to describe this fragrance, it's like being on a yacht in the Mediterranean, eating melons, a mix of watermelon, honeydew melon, maybe even a bit of cantaloupe right in there. And yeah, being downwind from a lemon orchard. So all that mixed in with this is that fragrance. Now, if you love Aventus, but you're not big into the smokiness, you like the pineapple, but you want something lighter, then check out Aventus Cologne. When this one came out, a lot of people were disappointed. I see it for what it is. This is a perfect hot weather Aventus. And of course, the party doesn't stop there. If you like that idea with melons, but you want something with a bit of salt, you want a more salty air in that, then check out Millésime Impérial. Absolutely beautiful masterpiece. Unfortunately, it disappears, it seems like, within minutes. This one, though, is totally looked over. Maybe it's not. Virgin Island water. The coconut note is absolutely beautiful. Makes this fragrance unique in all the line of Creed, and is actually one of my favorites. Reminds me of my trips to Puerto Rico or Hawaii, or I just feel like I'm on a tropical island when I'm wearing this fragrance. Now, this next fragrance does not get any love. Even people that like Bulgari fragrances, they often overlook Glacial Essence. However, I think this fragrance is great for hot weather. In cooler weather, you're not going to be able to pick up much. But in extreme hot weather, those notes right there at the top, that juniper, ginger, geranium, with that orris root, artemisia, and sandalwood in the middle, and the musk, cedar, and clearwood at the base. I don't know. For me, this fragrance is cooling. It's calming. This is the one that it's like 110 degrees outside and you're sweltering hot. This would be a great fragrance to put on. It just simply makes you feel cooler, which makes perfect sense based off its name, huh? Seriously, I always love it when brands actually put out a fragrance and it is what we think it's going to be, such as right here, Coach. So this green fragrance, the original Coach is amazing, and you could actually wear this in extremely hot weather. The new EDP is good as well, although it's darker, it's richer, a little bit heavier. But the green, I have to say, is my favorite hot weather from their line, and it's in particular that kiwi note. It's a greener, as the color indicates, fragrance. It's fresher, and this one just here seems to work in hotter weather. In fact, if I have to describe this fragrance in a nutshell, I think a safe, clean barbershop fragrance with just a little bit of kiwi in it that makes it fun, that makes it flirty, and also is something that's going to get you compliments. Now, of course, no summer list would be complete without Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. So the classic, yeah, it's good. The new Elixir is solid, a little bit dark. I don't know. It doesn't feel like so much as a hot weather one. Profondo. You guys know I love this one. I constantly rank this one. It's the #1 on my list, but the C notes may be overpowering, especially extreme hot weather. Guys, I'm going to recommend the old EDP. And I say old, it's only been out for a few years, but then the Parfum came out, then the Elixir. Guys, I still think the EDP, not only does this thing get compliments, it is so easy to wear. Now you can find it look around, you can find some pretty good deals on this one. And of course, we've got some modern classics here. Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense, Versace's Manor Fresh, and Parfum de Marly's Sedley. All of these fragrances right here, I think relatively easy to find, crowd pleasers, compliment monsters. So what did I miss? What would you have added to this list? Let me know in the comments below, and continuing watching videos right here. Come on, guys, I got you covered, especially if you want to make your fragrance last all day. Boom, I've got you covered with that video. Oh yeah, even the weakest fragrance you can make last longer. Cover that. Boom, right there.